In the Philippines, faith healing is in high demand, with healers promising miraculous cures to all sorts of health conditions through ancient animist rituals intertwined with Christianity. Also known as albolarios, can these self-proclaimed saviors really heal the sick? How can you be sure that your diagnosis is correct?
I can see it.
You can see cancer?
Yes, I can see it.
Unfounded claims that can have deadly consequences. After everything that's happened, do you still believe in albolarios?
Manggagancho po, mandalo.
So why do so many Filipinos put their faith in the healers? This is the Spiritual Medical Cavite, one of the busiest faith healing clinics in Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Wally has traveled over 2 hours to be here. A construction worker, the pain in his leg has left him unable to work.
Barado ugat mo kuya.
Wally says he's already seen doctors, but nothing has helped. The healer he's come to see, Akamas, says his suffering is caused by a curse and wastes no time beginning treatment. They're trying to torture the spirit that he says is possessing this man, causing the illnesses out of him. Here, physical illness is often blamed on spiritual attacks, demons, spirits, and even hexes. This is so dramatic. After a few minutes, Akamas declares the healing complete. You look like you were in a lot of pain. I could see you had tears in your eyes.
Matinding sakit. Talagang hindi mo talagang mapipigit ka sa sobrang sakit. Kanina kasi papilay-pilay akong lakad eh. Medyo nakakalakad na ng maganda.
The healers say they don't ask for payment, but a donation is customary. Wally leaves 100 pesos, just over £1. That's nearly a fifth of what he earns in a day. There are thought to be nearly 100,000 faith and alternative healers across the Philippines. Their popularity driven by long-held beliefs in natural remedies, supercharged by the import of Catholicism 500 years ago. And while the government is trying to regulate them, it relies on the healers to register themselves, but the vast majority haven't. People come here from far and wide with all sorts of problems, all in search of a miracle. For some of them, this is their first port of call, while for others, the hope is that spiritual intervention would help where modern medicine has failed. This clinic is run by 3 self-proclaimed healers, Nomar and Lani, a married couple who've been working together for over a decade, and Akamas, in his late 20s, who joined them last year to help manage the high demand. The healers say they get over 100 patients per week.
Ang kamag-anak ko, lahi ng mama ko, papa ko ay manggagamot. Hanggang ngayon lola ko manggagamot. Then ako, siguro nagsimula ako manggamot siguro 17.
It gives us a joyful heart when we give, when we help, and that's it.
The trio are Christians and believe they've been divinely chosen to perform so-called miracles based on visions only they can see. This family is here to seek healing for their son's painful back. But instead, Nomar spots something inside his mother, Cheryl.
He has a hex inside his body.
And immediately gets to work.
Nung inano niya yung dito ko sa kamay at saka sa paa, sobrang sakit. Tapos parang uminit yung pakiramdam ko.
Cheryl's son is a student nurse and is training in a local hospital. But today, he's turned to faith over science.
I'm in the medical field, but I also have my faith, and it's part of our tradition that we also do faith healers in hopes that my pain will subside. They don't just do it for money.
What makes you say that?
Because they turned me away. They opted that I should go to a chiropractor.
When these healers deem a condition physical, not spiritual, they sometimes advise their clients to see a doctor. But for some, faith healing is all they can afford. On the outskirts of Manila, Vivian lives here with her family. She's one of millions of Filipinos living in abject poverty. Her husband is the sole breadwinner, a laborer earning barely enough to get by.
Hello. Hi,
Vivian has been ill for a number of years, suffering from shortness of breath, fatigue, and chest pains. 3 years ago, doctors diagnosed her with a heart condition.
Ito po, tramadol po. Sa sikmura ko po. Ito naman po, cardibilol sa puso ko po.
How expensive is it for you to get these? Is this affordable for you?
Paunti-unti lang naman binibili ko po. Wala po kasi akong sa pang-araw-araw na pera. Pagsahod lang po ng asawa ko, ako nakakabiling gamot.
For Vivian, it's often a choice, feeding her family or buying medication. Desperate for a miracle, she's decided to turn to spiritual intervention.
Umaasa po talaga ako na doon po talaga ako gagaling. Na pakiramdam ko po, doon po inahanap ko po doon yung kagalingan ko po sa...
And so today, she's heading to the faith healers. At the clinic, it's Akamas who decides to treat her. First, he checks her finger to find out what's wrong. Despite doctors having diagnosed a heart condition, Akamas says his third eye reveals something else, that Vivian has been cursed through black magic.
And nung nakita ko sa kanya, yung bote na ginawa sa kanya na black magic, nandun sa creek. Ayun ang namamaruso sa kanya, kaya lumalaki yan dyan. Kapag tumagal kasi sa katawan ng tao yung spiritual na sakit, nagiging physical yan. Pero kung maagapan agad, parang magdadahilan. Yung spiritual na ginawa sa kanya, binasag natin yung bisa. Katulong ng Panginoon.
How did you do that?
Secret.
Secret?
Hindi, wala lang yung spiritual.
How do you feel now?
Okay na po, masaya po. Kasi po para pong gumaan po yung yung pakiramdam ko po.
Vivian leaves believing she's been healed. But could that belief be masking a more serious condition? Aren't you worried that perhaps she needs a more serious medical intervention?
Hindi, kung pupunta sila sa doktor, desisyon na nila yun. Sinasabi lang namin kung ano yung nalalaman namin.
Thank you.
As the day draws to a close, the final patient comes in.
Out!
She's here with a painful arm.
Okay.
Normar says her tendon has twisted.
Diba? Naitulak ko na. Bakit pa?
Wala na.
Oh, ayos na. Magic!
None of these healers have any formal medical training or qualification, and when they're giving medical advice and treatment to some very vulnerable people, claiming to be curing some serious illnesses, that's really concerning. To become a faith healer, do you even need to have any formal training? Is there a test?
It's not actually formal training. It's just a natural gift from God.
It's a natural gift.
Yeah.
How do you know you have this gift?
He will teach through dreams. Only you can see.
Do you ever worry that maybe a wrong diagnosis could lead to something dangerous to someone's health or death?
Not worried at all because I know that I am guided by the Lord first, and then I trust my skills also.
Do you ever make mistakes?
Sometimes it's a common for a human to make a mistake. No, nobody's perfect.
But mistakes are no laughing matter when it comes to treating vulnerable people with serious conditions. Because when things go wrong, the consequences can be devastating.
Hi, Jay. Jay? Hi, I'm Sahar. Nice to meet you.
5 years ago, after a sudden and rapid weight loss, Jay became so frail he had to leave his job. He did seek medical care, but doctors couldn't find the cause.
Nung nakakuha po ako ng pera sa trabaho ko nung malaki pa yung katawan ko, na insurance po is 100K. So, naubos din ho ng pagpapadoktor po na. Tapos nagkabaon-baon pa nga po kami sa utang, ganun. Nung una po, parang naniwala ako kasi nga po, wala pong nakitang lahat ng laboratory ko is wala pong nakita talaga na sakit. Kaya na rin po ako, nagbaka sakali na rin po ako at baka po totoo or...
With no money left and desperate for answers, Jay turned to faith healers.
Inano po sa amin, tapos may mga inipit sa akin ng mga krus. Then, ayun po. Tapos may mga pinapabili sa amin na... Ano yung pinabili sa atin doon? Kiki?
Then what happened? Did you feel any changes in your body, in your symptoms at all?
Nung una, parang siguro sa paniniwala ko rin na gagaling ako doon. Parang may nararamdaman akong ganun, ganire, kakaiba. So, nung bandang huli, hindi pa rin umiinam yung katawan ko. Ganun pa rin.
He gave the healers money, even buying them groceries he couldn't afford. But his condition only worsened until a friend persuaded him to see another doctor. Jay was eventually diagnosed with a thyroid condition, easily treated, but potentially fatal.
After everything that's happened, do you still believe in albularyo's?
Manggagantya po, mandaloko.
It's understandable why some Filipinos like Jay might choose to see a faith healer when they feel like they have no other option. But clearly when things go wrong, the consequences can be devastating. And in the absence of oversight and regulation, no one is held accountable.
The Philippines' healthcare system is meant to provide free or subsidized care for some conditions. But in reality, access to proper medical treatment remains expensive and out of reach for many, especially in rural areas.
Penicillin here is sold at 25 pesos per pill. That's around 30 pence. And for a course of 5 days treatment, it would cost around £12.50. Now, in a country where the average monthly income is under £250, that can be a huge chunk out of their budget.
By contrast, most faith healers ask only for voluntary donations and can be found in nearly every neighborhood. But some of their beliefs are clearly dangerous. On the island of Siquijor, lush forests are rich with medicinal plants. Commonly known as the island of witches, many Filipinos warn against visiting, fearing the black magic said to exist here. But increasingly, tourists are drawn to the island for its mysticism.
Love potion?
Made of different kinds of herbal.
Siquijor is also synonymous for an elixir said to control the mind and will of others.
It's called love potion. Can you make someone fall in love with you?
Juanita and her husband Noel have been working as healers for decades.
They have also sickness that they have many insects inside your body. When they do the fumigation, they come out.
Insects in your body?
Oh, yes.
This one is the hands in the body.
So in here, I'm looking at ants, cockroaches, flies, and they say that these are insects that came out of one of their patients.
The simple black magic.
Shortly after opening, the first patients arrive, brought by a tour guide. As Noel performs a ritual that's popular with tourists, Juanita explains that locals come to them for herbal remedies.
What's this?
This is the ginger for rubbing.
Ginger?
Yeah, for arthritis.
Used for generations to heal, they're also a cheaper alternative to modern medicine.
The one for anti-cancer, the ant house. If you have breast cancer, you can press one and you can put on top.
Okay, so you think this takes the cancer
press,
out?
yeah.
I'm no expert, but I think that cancer cannot be healed like this.
You come to the healer, you must believe.
But cancer specialists say there is no reliable scientific evidence that faith or herbal remedies can cure cancer. Inside the hut, Noel has just finished treating another tourist. He shows me some of the portions he prescribes for everything, from snake bites and rabies to diabetes.
Yeah, this one is the coconut oil and poisonous. It's good for healing.
Has anyone ever ended up harmed after receiving anything, or everyone's been fixed afterwards?
Hindi na maniwala. Doon sa kanila na bahay na nila namatay. Pero dito sa akin, wala. Wala yan dito sa akin.
Do you ever feel guilty? Do you ever feel a sense of responsibility?
Mismo rin, mapanaginipan ko yan eh. O parang ginigising ako. Wala na. Hindi ko na kaya. Wala tayong magawa dyan.
He could of course insist they go to a doctor, because when medical care is delayed, the consequences can be fatal. Josephine, a mother of two, was in her 50s when she suddenly fell ill.
Sobrang lubha na nung niya, payat na siya. Tapos, yung sobrang lubha na.
That's her.
Yes.
She looks so visibly thin.
Yes. In just a few months.
Silvino is her younger brother, here to visit her grave.
Ito yung last time na lumabas siya ng bahay ko na hindi na siya nakabalik. Sinakay siya sa ambulansya.
Josephine passed away last year after 3 months in hospital.
Kami magkakapatid na kung naagapan, mabubuhay po yung ate ko kasi...
Doctors told her family she had a UTI infection, treatable with medication if caught early. But for months, Josephine had been going to faith healers instead.
Marami pong faith healer na hindi totoo. Maaring yung mga napuntahan niya dati at hindi ko rin nakita, maaring hindi totoo yun. Kasi mayroon po talagang mga totoo dito sa lugar namin na totoo talagang nakakagamot.
So you still believe in faith healing?
Yes. Paniniwala ko po kasi maraming bagay sa mundo na hindi natin mapapaliwanag.
I'm shocked to discover that despite his sister's death, Silvino still turns to faith healers, and he's on his way to one he believes is the real deal.
This is Mr. Tito.
Nice meeting
Very
you.
nice to meet you. I'm Sahar. Have you been busy today?
A little bit, the boy.
What happened?
Vomiting and complaining about the stomach.
For years, Tito worked as an electrician in the Middle East until his wife fell ill and passed away. 10 years on, he still blames doctors and the medication they gave her for her death.
At the end, the medicine is the poison.
So you completely reject modern medicine, science, and you think faith is enough to heal?
Yes, the solution is have faith in God. You don't need doctors. In the Bible, is there any doctors there? Is there any surgeons there? Nothing.
In the Bible, there was no mention of electricity,
Yes.
but now you're using electricity by that logic.
Mm-hmm.
But Silvino seems satisfied by that logic and is here for a recurring stomachache.
I'm not consulting a doctor.
You haven't?
Yes.
Why not?
Well, I'm afraid somehow. I have a strong belief in supernatural.
So, tinanggal na yung kalahati.
Tito diagnoses patients by squeezing their toes.
Ouch.
Pain, he says, means a curse, which he believes can only be treated through prayer.
How can you be sure that your diagnosis is correct, it's accurate, that it's not something more sinister, more serious?
Because I can see it.
But you've never had any formal medical training. You don't know. Sometimes some sicknesses, like cancer, you can't see them immediately. They're hidden. It takes tests to do it.
I can see it.
You can see cancer.
Yes.
But then you don't see everything.
It's only for that. If I see everything, I will guess the lotto winning.
Tito might be laughing, but health professionals warn that unscientific claims like his, with no evidence to back them up, can be extremely dangerous. And it's often the most vulnerable who end up paying the price. Dr. Dolitai is a family and occupational health physician. How dangerous can it be for people to see a faith healer?
It can be fatal in some instances when patients come to us very late in their illness that we cannot save them anymore.
But is there a world where faith healing can actually be beneficial?
They do provide comfort and spiritual upliftment. There are respectful faith healers, and they know and they have developed the skill that some doctors don't develop. But of course, the others who are just, scammers.
Back at the Manila clinic, Akamas is treating a woman in Kuwait over a video call, while Nomar is busy blessing the protective amulets they sell. And Lonnie is uploading new videos of healing on Facebook and TikTok.
So many videos, 13 million views.
With hundreds of thousands of followers, social media is their main method of promoting themselves.
What made you want to upload videos of your healing of the services here on social media?
For them to see that we are here to help.
Some people might argue that you're doing this for money.
We are not asking for anything or any money. Even you have no money, we will heal you. Binibigyan ako ng biyaya ng Diyos na aayon sa kalooban niya.
But they, of course, do seek donations.
However, it's only us.
A week after Vivian's treatment, I go back to see her.
How are you?
Okay na po yung pakiramdam ko ngayon. Kasi may tiwala naman ako sa kanila. Kaya po lumapit ako sa kanila kasi alam ko parang sugo din sila ng Panginoon.
Strip away the rituals and spectacle, and faith healing taps into something deeply human, hope. And in the darkest moments, that can be powerful, even healing. But when that hope replaces proper care, the consequences can be irreversible. And so, for the Filipinos putting all their faith in the healers, it's ultimately a gamble they're taking on their lives.